Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of A Girl Talks Formula One. With you, your server, Manena Manatu, and today I have another very special guest, the Formula One official photographer, Mario Renzi.
Hello,
Bienvenido, Mario.
grazie a
Come
voi.
stai?
Bene, bene, molto bene.
I just welcomed him and asked him how he's doing. For those of you who do not know Italian, he is actually an Italian which has lived in Switzerland most of his life, correct?
Yeah, exact.
Would you
Yeah,
like
with
to tell us?
the pandemic, it's more comfortable for traveling from Switzerland. So I share my time. We have been starting the season one month ago with pre-season testing in Bahrain. So I spent 3 weeks in Bahrain and just turned back in Switzerland for 10 days before the next run in Imola.
That's amazing because you basically spend most of the half of the year in hotels, correct?
Yeah, exact. More than 200 nights. I'm doing that for more than 23 years. So now it's quite a routine for me, and except that with the COVID, it's a bit different because there are more rules and more restriction, and the fact is it's more and more difficult to take a plane to be able to be on time. A lot of company cancel the flight, and so the flight is it's very difficult to organize. And but I'm lucky, and because we have just few photographers working now, so I'm really lucky, and we push hard for that. And Formula One push a lot last season because everybody thought that Formula One was totally dead last season. And when we start in July, it was fantastic because we did 17 races in 5 months, 5 and a half. So, and we are supposed, and we should be able to do now 23 races. So it's a huge season starting right now, and I think very interesting season. If you look the Grand Prix in Bahrain, so Max was quite able to, yeah, he was quite able to win, and to fight with Lewis. So I think for the fans and for the spectator, it will be a huge season. I think so, because Max is a fantastic driver, and he just need to get the right car, and it seemed that the Red Bull is great this season. So hopefully he will be able to fight with Lewis. I hope, because I get some Italian blood, that the Scuderia will be able to fight too with Charles, and Carlos is a nice guy too. So both drivers from the Scuderia will be able to be on the front lane, and to push more and more, and maybe to get the podium, because it's very special for me. And when I heard the Italian national anthem on a podium, it's a huge one.
That's something that I hope to see with Checo Perez. I hope to be hearing the Mexican national
Yeah,
anthem a lot this season. And
yeah.
you basically summarized what the whole 2021 is going to be about. It's probably going to be an even more exciting season than 2020 was, if that's even possible. And if you ask me, I'm probably not supposed to say this, but I think that Red Bull has a huge chance of winning constructors this year. Even Max Verstappen, I do think Max Verstappen could beat Lewis Hamilton. I don't know what you think about this.
Yeah, I'm quite sure you agree, because yeah, Max is this kind of guys, this kind of driver will not be happy with the second row, second place. So he will push a lot, and he's very fast. I'm quite sure when we saw what's happened in Bahrain, I'm quite sure he will be able to be yeah, on the first place. Yeah, he's the man. He's the man. Yeah, for sure. Checo is a great guy. You were talking about the Mexican Grand Prix, and it will be lovely to saw Checo on the podium in Mexico. But just for
Yeah.
the small story, I was like last year I was on a podium. If you saw to my Instagram account, you will saw a special photo of Checo. So I was on a podium when he win, because I'm able to be on a parc fermé, when the three cars are coming, and after that, sometimes I stand on a podium before the three drivers are coming, so I was very close to him. And if you have a look, you can saw some picture of Checo very close and very emotional. And it was great, because it was the end of the season. He didn't sign already with Red Bull, and so it was, yeah, I think it's a lot of emotion. And I like Checo. He's a very nice guy, And for Mexican people, I think it should be fantastic on a podium again.
Yeah, definitely, because he is the only Latino in the grid. Of course, they say that, Brazilians and French and Spanish are kind of Latino because of the language, but
Yeah.
Latino from Latin America, he's the only one on the grid. And speaking of, diversity, I'm also really happy that Yuki Tsunoda is there because now we have an Asian too. Now it's not only Europeans.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
speaking about Ferrari, I'm Ferrari ragazza, so I do want to see Ferrari grow this season too. I think Carlos is a very strategic driver, so he can bring a lot of good things to the team. And Jacques Leclerc, well, we all know he has world champion potential.
Yeah.
And we have seen some improvements in the Ferrari engine, so we'll see how it goes. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure it should. Yeah, should be a great season for them too. I think I was really really sad and with Vettel last season because it's a great guys, fantastic drivers. To be pushed like this, I was a bit affected, and I know very well his physio, Anti Contas. And they are, for me, the huge couple, on Formula One. The physio and the driver, Seb and Antti are the huge one, because I saw all this. It's quite the same with Angela Cullen with Lewis. When they win, you can see all the emotion and all the work, the time they spend together, and when the result is such amazing. That's a beautiful emotion, and yes, it's great. It's great to see. As you said before, yeah, Ferrari maybe. We never know. It's too, yeah, it's too early.
Definitely.
For Red Bull, I'm quite sure because I saw the car. We saw the car during the testing in Bahrain.
It's a beast.
Yeah. The car is great. So,
and I do love Mercedes, of course, and I love Lewis Hamilton, but it would be so refreshing to see a new face win the title on constructors and as a world champion. What do you think about Daniel Ricciardo in McLaren? Do you think he has the possibility of winning world champion with this team?
I don't know. I will tell you the truth.
Oh, that's the truth.
Yeah, the truth. Yeah. I'm working with my eyes. What I'm looking for. Yeah, what I'm looking for is emotion, the speed, the color, and powerful images, graphic images. For me, it's not really important. The result is one thing because I know few of these guys, and of course, I will prefer for someone to win or someone not. But more than the result, it's what's happened on the track, really for me. And if I'm happy with my work after free practice, after quali, and after the race. But I'm not a journalist. I'm not really involved in the result. But to give you an answer, I really like because Danny is another huge guy.
Yeah.
Maybe when I talk that, you will imagine that I love all the drivers. That's not true. That's true. No, but it will be politically incorrect if I give you my right answer concerning the feeling I get with the driver. I cannot do that. I can't say.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can't say that. But some are nice, and some others are less than the first one. Yeah.
That is a good political answer.
Yeah, for sure, because my work. If I'm working for Formula One, actually, I think I work hard for more than the 10 years to reach this position. But I think
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, it's quite good, especially now because with the COVID, it's there are so many restrictions, so I'm able to get few access, and I'm really comfortable to work. So yeah, it's a huge privilege, but I have to work hard, and I continue to work hard for that. The fact is to stay in my position, I have to be just have a look and not to talk too much because sometimes I'm huge place before the podium. You have the cool down room, where the three divers just arrived from the Parc Fermé. Sometimes they fight a bit. Sometimes they have a tough, very tough discussion. Sometimes they congrats. I'm like the monkey. I can look but not hair. And no spoke. Yeah.
No,
I'm
definitely.
just I'm just a witness. I'm just using my eyes and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I agree with this way of being. I mean, there's this saying that I really like. If you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all.
Exact.
But tell me this. Can you tell me who your favorite driver is?
For the speed, for the I think the talent. Actually, I think yeah, Max is a
Yeah, I
um,
mean, he's a great choice to be honest. He's proven to have so much talent, and especially for being so young.
yeah.
He's just for it, you know? He's not afraid of anything. He just
No, of course. You know, it's yeah, it's he's very clever. It's a clever guy. He's yeah, on his age is incredible. As we talked before with the politically correct, maybe he's one maybe the one who don't care about the politically correct. If he want to say something, he will be able to do. And so it's that means it's an old style. You know,
yeah.
more than 20 years ago in F1, the driver was just able to be on a car to go fast. When they go out, they were able to have a drink or to have a chat or to say what they want or you know. So now, yeah, maybe too much money. Yeah, too much money. The driver are quite all the driver are yeah. They have to be really careful, you know, with the PR, with the marketing department, with everything, because they represent the face. Yeah, it's totally different. I think it's totally different. And Max, you spoke about you talk about Latin driver. You know, I was a huge fan of Ayrton with Senna, of course. And I think that yeah, Max and Charles, maybe yes, Charles too, look like a bit of yeah of Ayrton in the way that they yeah they fight all the time and that they never stop and they look like really unhappy when they are not able to win. So yeah,
That is very true. And
yeah,
something that you mentioned about Max, you know, doing what he wants, that's something that I really like about him. From the few drivers that actually have fun in their own life. I mean, he doesn't mind to party, he doesn't mind to drink. Well, Kimi Raikkonen would probably be one of that type too, but they like to live their life outside of the Formula One, you know?
yeah. Kimi, yeah, I know that Kimi is still really famous and yeah, he is really popular, maybe one of the most popular driver. But I will tell you the truth, he's very tough, you
Yeah, I
know.
bet.
Yeah, it's very tough. He's a very tough guy. I used to make, you know, the official portrait in studio before season start. I did many years, and so I was able to be face to face with them, you know, spend a lot of times. And yeah, Kimi was yeah really difficult because I remember when he was in Ferrari, he will keep his cap,
Mm-hmm.
and all the driver have to remove the cap, you know, for the photo shoot. And he will all the time. He said to me, "No, I don't care. I will keep my cap, and
Right.
that's it." So every time I have to fight with him and to give some calls and to yeah to make the huge one just to give him a call or text him that he had to remove his cap. That's it. But yeah, I'm quite sure he should be nice. In private life, I think he will be nice. I'm quite sure he's a nice guy. Yeah, but in Formula One, yeah, it's hard, really hard.
Yeah, we've seen him be a little bit more, you know, restrained and serious than the other drivers. Like you said, could say he's also another driver that is himself and does what he wants, we could say, no?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And of course, the driver are the most important people. You know, when the driver are not on a grid, start is not doing. So I know my position. I know that I'm just a photographer, and if I'm not here, start will go and show will go on. So, but you know, we spend a lot of time. We know each other. You
Yeah,
spoke about Lewis. Lewis know my face. You know who I am.
yeah.
We spoke sometimes. We are not close friends, but yeah, we know each other. So when you spend so many time just in front of the driver in a small place or you know very close during celebration and everything, they know you, and especially now with the social media, you know. So they know the picture. They are looking for the photo, and so they know what they're able to do. If you have a look to my Instagram account, you will see close-up picture from Louis and his father when they
I did see it.
yeah, they make a kiss. So it's a privilege to be able to be close to them with so emotional. So we feel we are little bit, sharing our life, sharing something, very special. So we are at least expecting some mutual respect, from each other. So yeah.
So for those of you who want to check out Mario Renzi's Instagram account, I'm going to write it down here, but either way, I'm going to say it too. It's at Mario Renzi F1. He has some pretty impressive photos of the drivers, but also they're not just photos. They are very artistic photos.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the podcast. This is amazing. And okay, we've talked about the driver so much, but now we want to talk about you. What made you decide wanting to become a photographer?
I was at the university just in communication master, and I was not really interested about photography. I didn't, yeah, I, I was more than 20 years, 20 years old. And I met one photographer one day, and he offered me just to share one day on a report. He was an architect photographer, not nothing to do or to compare with Formula One. So I start the photography with architecture, and the brother for one of my close friends was involved in Formula 3. His name is Sohail Ayari. He's an Iranian guy, but he was living in France, close to my house. And he was a F3 world champion in Macau. He did a test in Formula One on Williams with the same time than the Juan Pablo Montoya. And unfortunately, he was not able to reach and to get the seat. But that means that during all these seasons on Formula 3, Formula 3000, he asked me just to be his photographer. So from the architecture, I was doing twice job, really twice different things, But I start Formula One photography on the same way with the same eyes and architecture. That's mean the line, the color, the light was really important for me. And so it's a composition, it's it's a bit strange when we are talking about something really fast. But if you have a look to F1, it's like a huge building, small one but huge thing, because the design is incredible. It's really colorful, and more than the building is not moving at all. The F1 is so fast. I'm still impressed, after more than 23 seasons. I'm still impressed with the speed and the guy in the car. I'm still enjoy. I'm still like a kid just to have a look to this. Still involved, but continue to be such amazing, because it's still incredible to be close to the track, close to the action. I start like this, and now it's I continue step by step. When I start to work in F1, I was working for Japanese edition, Formula One Yearbook. It was an edition from Switzerland, but I think more than in 20 languages. It was a huge one. And in Japan, it was F1 Sen. It was 4 editions by year. Very, very nice, beautiful, just photography. So I was involved in these 2 editions for more than 10 years. And as I said before, after that, I've been in touch with F1. So my job today is to produce images during all the season, and this image will be used or reproduced for the promoter, for all the communication and all the promotion of F1 around the world. If you have a look to the last, I think maybe the last image used by Mexican Grand Prix is mine on the stadium with 3 cars. With a slow shot, very colorful with 3 cars. It's mine. So I think it's Mr. Sanchez, now the communication director of the Mexican Grand Prix. So that's my life today. I have to get in mind before every Grand Prix that I have to show something special, and I have to show the really emotion and the incredible things that people maybe I'm not able to touch when you are looking the Grand Prix on TV. And so something fast, furious, that's my style. I'm really happy that my work is really appreciated appreciate, and I will be able to continue, because sometimes it's a bit hard. As you talked before, we are traveling a lot. We spend a lot of time out.
You have been tested. We were talking before tested 70 times, right?
Yes, since July, approximately, yes. During the season where we need to be tested, we get a previous test before traveling. For example, for the next Grand Prix for Imola, next Tuesday I will get a test before taking my plane. And when I arrive in test again on the track, during the first, we need to get another test 4 days after. So when we get some back to back, we have quite bit intensity. Yeah, every 4 days we need to get a test. Yeah,
that is crazy. And I want to talk a little bit more about your work, because you have a very particular and unique style in your photography. Yes, you guys definitely have to check his page, because Mario has such a unique style in his photography. No wonder why you're the official photographer for the Formula One. And I have indeed seen the Mexican Grand Prix promotions they've been doing lately, and your photographs just go perfect with the colors that they're choosing and all that's going on and all that you've grown. It's just, I mean, knowing that you started in architecture and then you're in Formula One, like you said, it's a much harder photography since it's constantly in motion. And for you to capture it requires a very, keen eye for photography. So I'm just really impressed with your work. I really love how you edit your photos, because it shows that it's your style. You can know that it's you when looking at the photo because of that unique, style that you have.
Yeah, I think that's really important. As I said before, we talk about that. Depend if you are a journalist, if you are a photographer, if you are all the people involved in Formula One are there, and especially they have to be the best, on their own job. If we are talking about the physio, okay, we get 20 driver, the 20 physio are the best. Engineer are the same, designer are the same. So so it's very hard to reach this place. I have a lot of message. I received a lot of message of young photographer every time asking me how I would be able to be a F1 photographer. So yeah, of course. F1 is the pinnacle of the motorsport. So a lot of people are dreaming about, especially now, so difficult to be able to be in. When young guys or young girls ask me how I will be able to be a F1 photographer, I say you can start. Everything's with engine and 4 or 2 road. You can have you can do something, and speed is universal. So you can shoot everything: karting, motorcycle, your grandma, I don't know, but on bicycle. But you can try. Yeah, you can try to be something special, colorful with your own style. But as you said before, the most important in my job is to be recognized, and that people are able, when they look your images, and to recognize the signature and the style. I'm not the only one. I have some huge friends. I love their work too. But that's true. But I was talking about circus. F1 is a huge circus, and the show. My job is surgical. It's surgical. That's mean I have to talk. I have to keep and to show some small piece of beautiful things when it's happened. That means during the Grand Prix, it's 1 hour and 20 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes. But that means during this time, you have to be a lot concentration, open mind, eyes totally open, and in good shape. I'm more than 50 years now, so for me, yeah, sometimes it's a bit more difficult than the 20 years ago, of course. But I'm still young. I'm on my mind. I'm still feeling young, and
that's the
I'm good.
key.
Yeah, but that's true. That's yeah. The show is in in front of me, and I have to choose the position, the right place to be, at the right time. So we have to know the configuration of the every tracks. it's like I don't know if you say that scenario. It's
Yeah, you can say that.
yeah, it's like a movie, you know. It's like a movie, but
Very
it's
strategic.
not Drive to Survive, because Drive to Survive, they make yeah, because they make the movie after that, you know. They have so many rush, so many, you know. But the Grand Prix is 1 hour 20. It's 55 or 56 laps, and so you did your own movie with your style and your image. So you have to, yeah, you have to represent what's happened, and you have to show the best.
You couldn't have said it better, to be honest. That's it. And something that I forgot to say that I really liked that you said, you know, after all this time working at one same place, that you still feel passionate about it. You know, that's the key to truly enjoying your life. Finding a job that you like and then doing that. Because if you're not really enjoying what you do, what's the point, you know? So it's really nice that you still have this passion for the Formula One photography. And the way you talk about it, you can tell that you actually like what you do.
If I didn't like anymore, I will stop, of course, because as I said before, a lot of young guys, yeah, will really appreciate that I will kick out to take my place. But if I was not doing that, I will not respect, you know, everything, because still I enjoy. I will continue, of course. I will not spend my time just, you know, to say, oh, that's a shit, traveling a lot, and I have to, yeah, no. When I wake up in the morning, you know, I really appreciate this part of my life, and that I'm lucky. But you know, to be lucky, you have to take your chance. You know,
Of course, risk.
you have to be ready on time, and when the door is open, you have to go through. But you have to be ready for that, because they give you one chance, not two. And when I start, it was like this, you know, because they were old photographer, and they were looking at me, and maybe, yeah, you know, we will tell something true, you know. It's more, a lot of people are from England, you know, from Britain. To be able to be in this kind of position, and to be able to get this kind of work when you are not English, when you are Italian, mixed Italian, French, Swiss, yeah, it was a huge opportunity for me, and it was a great honor, because yeah, you know, you know that you are not on this part of the people, and so it's the reason why when I continue today, I continue to work. Yeah, I will not complain at all, and yeah, I will try and continue to do my best to produce the best one. So
Yeah, and that is such a nice way to look at things. Because when you're grateful and you know your blessings, better things always come.
What was your most inspirational moment in Formula One?
when I start to work as an official photographer, of course,
Yeah.
you know, because nobody was in this position before.
Mhm.
That's mean, you know, when I start to be official F1 photographer, Bernie Ecclestone was still there. It was not the American. The design department, I meet the people from the design department, and they have to convince Bernie Ecclestone that they need yeah, maybe one of these things, for sure.
Great answer.
One official photographer. So yeah, it was very tough. And you know, for many years, when Bernie was still in a F1 CEO, he signed every year he signed my contract.
Yeah.
So my contract was signed by his end. So I have to wait every winter. I have to wait that he signed my contract. So it was really tough and really hard situation, because you never know, and yeah, he gets so many things to do. So, but yeah, so maybe thing I will be, yeah, proud today, yeah, is to be able to start, and when I start, that my work was recognized by people, you know. Yeah.
It was, yeah. And it was such an honor having you, Mario, on the podcast. I loved every single story that you told us. Your life is extremely interesting. And thank you so much for sharing all of these stories. I'm sure that all of our listeners loved them. Do you have any social media that you would like to share besides your Instagram for people to follow you or to look you up?
You know, I'm a old photographer, but I'm a young Instagrammer. I start I start my Instagram account less than 3 years ago. I didn't post a lot. If you have the images, so it took times. You know, it took times to me. It's a huge exercise and a huge discipline for me to do that. But it's really incredible today. If you have a look to my last post, Max portrait,
Yeah.
I'm more than 3,000 people likes my image, and I have 6,000 people on my account. It's incredible to show my work differently, and social media are a huge opportunity to show my work to a lot of people. Huge fan from all over the world, so I have some chat with them from Japan, from England, from Russia. I feel differently when I come in a country for Grand Prix. I know that on the track or around the track or on the city, someone know me and I know one. It will be the same with you when I will come to Mexico next. I hope this season. Because it's a huge place. I really enjoy this place. For me, it was the big show and maybe the most incredible podium with Lewis 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When the car was coming up, on the top of the podium. I put one camera with remote control, so I get all the people, all the crowd, and Lewis like Jesus, open the arms. Yeah, it was great on the top of the car. Yeah, so that means that when I come to Mexico, as I said to you before, I will maybe have some Dos Equis in a huge bar. I don't know where. I will let you know when I arrive, because it's a huge pleasure to continue to be able to discuss about that and to share this passion, of course.
Yeah.
I really appreciate this moment with you. I hope you the best for the future, and I'm quite sure that the people will like and look to you more and more.
Thank you so much, Mario. You were literally going to make me cry, but I cannot cry on camera, so I won't.
Of course.
And yes, Mexicans are big partiers, so we're definitely going to party when you come to Mexico. You now have a friend here. And thank you guys so much for listening. For everybody that reached until the end of the interview, hope you liked it as much as me. You now have another fan, Mario, which is me, and I bet everybody else listening to the podcast. So thank you guys so much, and see you again in 2 weeks on another episode of A Girl Talks Formula One. Bye.
Bye-bye.